In Japanese folklore, Tsukumogami, or Note 11 lit. Tool kami, are tools that have acquired a kami or spirit according to an annotated version of the Tales of Ice titled Ice Monogatari SH. There is a theory originally from the Onmiki, that foxes and tanuki, among other beings that have lived for at least 100 years and changed forms are considered Tsukumogami in modern times. The term can also be written literally 99 kami, to emphasize the agedness. According to Komatsu Kazuhiko, the idea of a Tsukumogami or a waikai of tools spread mostly in the Japanese Middle Ages and declined in more recent generations. Komatsu infers that despite the depictions in Bakumatsu period ukiyo-e art leading to a resurfacing of the idea, these were all produced in an era cut off from any actual belief in the idea of Tsukumogami. Because the term has been applied to several different concepts in Japanese folklore, there remains some confusion as to what the term actually means. Today, the term is generally understood to be applied to virtually any object that has reached its 100th birthday and thus become alive and self-aware, though this definition is not without controversy. The word, which is also pronounced Tsukumogami, appeared in a waka poem in the 9th century, The Tales of Ice, section 63. It is a compound of tsukumo, of unknown meaning, and kami hair. In the poem it referred to an old woman's white hair, so tsukumo has been interpreted as meaning old, often metaphorically represented as 99 years. The element kami hair is a homophone of kami spirit. Both may be pronounced gami in compound words. Thus the word tsukumogami has come to mean a 99-year spirit. The kanji representation for Tsukumogami in this sense dates to a 10th period Otogashi and a makimono called the Tsukumogami amaki. According to this amaki, a tool, after the passage of 100 years, would develop a spirit, kami, and with this change would become a Tsukumogami. This amaki has a caption stating that the word tsukumo could also be written with the kanji meaning 99 years. Outside of these uses, the word tsukumogami is not attested in the surviving literature of the time, and so the historical usage of the term itself has not been handed down in detail. The concept, however, does appear elsewhere. In collections such as the late Heian period Konyaku Monogatari, there are tales of objects having spirits, and in the Amakimono Bakemono Zishiwen, there are tales of a chshi, a sack-serving pot, a scarecrow, and other inanimate objects turning into monsters, but the word Tsukumogami itself does not appear. The Tsukumogami amaki describes how an object would become occupied by a spirit after 100 years, so people would throw out old objects before they became 100 years old, which was called the Susuharai. Clarification needed: by doing this they prevented objects from becoming Tsukumogami, but according to the captions of this amaki, it's written that ones that are a year from 100, in other words, objects that are Tsukumo, 99 years old, would become angered and become a waikai by some means other than the mere passage of time, and then cause a ruckus. In the first place, the idea of becoming a waikai at 100 or 99 years old does not need to be taken literally. Those numbers can represent the idea that humans, plants, animals, or even tools would acquire a spiritual nature once they become significantly old, and thereby gain the power to change themselves. Writing Tsukumo as 99 is not simply referring to a number, since the word was used since old times to loosely mean many. The waikai that are depicted are not ones that gained the power to change themselves as a result of being used for a long time, but rather ones that were thrown away right before it, becoming a waikai through some different means. In the Tsukumogami amaki, which depicted Tsukumogami, it is written at the very beginning. It's told in the Onmizaki. A tool, after 100 years pass, would change and acquire a spirit and deceive people's hearts, and it's said these are referred to as Tsukumogami, thus referring to changes or mutations of tools as Tsukumogami. However, no book called the Onmizaki has actually been confirmed to exist. In the amaki, it's written that they can take on the appearance of people, male and female, old and young, appearance of humans, the likeness of chimiaki, appearance of uni, and the shape of koryakan, the appearance of animals, among others. Its form after its change mutation is referred to with words such as yabutsu. Even in a makimono that came before the Tsukumogami Amaki, paintings of Waikai based on tools can be confirmed, and in the Tsuchigu there were depictions of batoku, trivets with heads, stamp mills with the body of a snake and two human arms attached to it, and its tsunadrai, four-handled basin, with a face and growing teeth, among others. Also, a face that appears to be what the tsunadrai is based on appears in the Waisen Nenbutsu Enji Amaki, and the Fudriki Enji Amaki, where a Yakugami with almost the same appearance appears. However, all of these were not merely tools but ones that are a hybrid with a tool or uni. This characteristic can also be seen in the Tsukumogami Amaki and the Hyakuyagi Amaki. The Hyakuyagi Amaki, from the Muromachi period, also depicts many of what appear to be Waikai of tools. In the present day, these tools Waikai are thought to be depictions of Tsukumogami, and it has been inferred that the parade depicted in the Hyakuyagi Amaki is likely the Yabutsu, aged objects of the Tsukumogami Amaki in a festival parade. In works about tools having a human personality, tools such as the ch2 utawaise that would perform utawaise can be found before the Muromachi period, and it is thought that these are close in concept to being the idea of things that tools turn into as depicted in the Tsukumogami Amaki. According to Ellison and Smith 1987, Tsukumogami was the name of an animated tea caddy that Matsunaga Hisahide used to bargain for peace with Oda Nobunaga.